Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the March 7th, 2020 special edition of The Breast There Is, The Breast There Was, and The Breast There Ever Will Be Wrestling Podcast. As always, I am your host, Mikey B, WWE. And tonight's podcast is featuring the last WWE pay-per-view heading into WrestleMania in April. And this pay-per-view tomorrow night, of course, is the Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber they've been doing for a number of years, and I think it's an appropriate setup to WrestleMania. It's a good time, I think, in the calendar to have it. So, yeah, it should be a good pay-per-view. Even though we already do know some of the WrestleMania matches, they've already been officially announced. And quite honestly, I think a number of them are also pretty clear which direction they're going in. So, while this is a good pay-per-view, it's with a good, featuring a good style of match, which we only get at this event. There are a lot of things which are either have its predictability or they're already kind of, we see how things are unfolding heading towards WrestleMania. So right now on WWE.com, the day before the event, there are, according to them, it says so far the match card includes, and it has 6 matches on the official card. There are no matches listed on the kickoff for the kickoff matches, so I don't know if any of the 6 listed matches will get bumped down to the kickoff portion of the show, or if they're going to add more matches still. It seems to be a trend that the WWE has been doing a lot this past year. Even the day of events when I've conducted my podcast, they don't have their full match card posted, or sometimes they only have what they say on it right now, which is so far the match card will include. So they're constantly tinkering, and I wonder and suspect if some of these late changes have to do with the fact that SmackDown is now on Friday nights, and they have less time to kind of gauge audience reaction and to adjust accordingly for a Sunday night pay-per-view. Don't know, not sure. I guess we'll never know that. But anyways, heading into tonight with the 6 matches that are available, all I can do is give you the matches that they've listed officially on the card. So, and I'll give my predictions. And as always, any matches which I give predictions for, which either appear on as a kickoff match, will not count towards my overall prediction rate. And of course, matches which they may add since the time I do my podcast before the show tomorrow evening, also will not count toward my prediction rate, since of course I wouldn't be able to give a prediction for it. So let's get right to it. The first of the 6 matches is for the United States Championship, featuring the champion Andrade taking on Humberto Carrillo. After a tag team match with Rey Mysterio, being victorious in a tag team match with Rey Mysterio on Monday Night Raw, Humberto Carrillo and Rey were victorious over Andrade and Angel Garza. I don't know. I just have a feeling Humberto Carrillo, this might be one of the, if not the only, belt changes for the night. So I'm going Humberto Carrillo to be victorious and win the United States Championship belt here. The next match is for the Raw Tag Team Championships, featuring newly crowned champions the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, taking on Seth Rollins and Murphy in a rematch, who they just captured the belts from. I guess scratch my last statement. I do believe that there will be another title change. I said there would only be maybe one or not many, but I think that Seth Rollins and Murphy will win this one back. And then they're going to set this back up for, I think, WrestleMania, for them to have the Street Profits win back again the belts from Seth Rollins and Murphy. Biggest reason is because I don't see the company starting a brand new feud or program for Seth Rollins and I guess his new sidekick Murphy with anyone else before Mania. So to me, this makes the most sense to just continue this program on for another month and let it culminate at WrestleMania. And I guess the same sort of thing could be said about the United States Championship match, the first one, which I gave my prediction for. I certainly see the feud between Andrade and Carrillo continuing on to Mania 2, and this belt could easily change hands a couple times. But I guess just like the first match, I'm going to also choose the belt changing hands tomorrow night. So I'm choosing Seth Rollins and Murphy to win the belts back, albeit for a very short while, at least as far as I believe. The third match on the night is a no disqualification match between Aleister Black and AJ Styles. No disqualification means AJ Styles can have the use of his OC buddies to ensure his victory. So this one I could see also building towards a rematch at WrestleMania, possibly in a one-on-one format, but there is no chance that AJ Styles will... there's no chance that he's going to not use some help in this one. Or we could also see AJ Styles also once again go against Undertaker at WrestleMania. That's a little unsure about if this program will continue or not, but regardless, AJ Styles winning in a dirty way with the help of the OC, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, is what I believe is going to happen. So AJ Styles will be victorious in this no disqualification match. The fourth match of the card is the first Elimination Chamber match of the night, the first of two. It's for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. So we have the champions, the team of The Miz and John Morrison, who won those belts at Super Showdown, taking on the New Day, taking on the Usos, taking on Heavy Machinery, taking on Lucha House Party, taking on Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. I feel that Heavy Machinery, after the performance they put on Friday Night SmackDown in their gauntlet match, ultimately losing, I feel that, I don't know, I think Heavy Machinery is going to get their comeuppance at WrestleMania and win their first belts there, because the crowd's really behind them. They're a very entertaining tag team to watch. But I don't think it's going to happen just yet. I think that one will be reserved for WrestleMania. So I think what's going to happen in all this is that The Miz and John Morrison will retain their tag team, their SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Especially since they won it, Super Showdown was about 10 days ago or something like this. That would be a little bit insulting and ridiculous to make them win the belts and drop them so quickly, especially after John Morrison has recently returned to the company. So The Miz and John Morrison shall retain the SmackDown Tag Team Championships as far as I'm concerned in that first Elimination Chamber match. The fifth match on the card is for the Intercontinental Championship, and it's a 3-on-1 handicap match. We have the champion Braun Strowman taking on the team of Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn. Even though each of those guys they're all excellent wrestlers and ring competitors, and I think each one of them would put on a great match with Braun Strowman, I don't see the company giving an Intercontinental Championship belt to three different people. That just is muddled and doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. So for that reason and that reason alone, I think Braun Strowman will retain the Intercontinental Championship tomorrow night. It'll be interesting to see what program they wind up going with come WrestleMania. But Braun Strowman, this guy has been a workhorse for the last several years. He's been rewarded very little in terms of championships. So that's another reason why I also feel I would like to see him retain this belt for a little while. Or if not, get himself involved in the main event picture scene soon. So back for the top titles, the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship. But Braun Strowman, to me, will win this Intercontinental Championship handicap match tomorrow night. And the final match listed on the match card, at least so far, as WWE.com states, is the Women's Elimination Chamber match. And this match is not for a belt, but the winner will earn an opportunity for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. The six competitors here are Natalya taking on Liv Morgan, taking on Shayna Baszler, taking on Asuka, taking on Ruby Riott, taking on Sarah Logan. This one's, I think, pretty clear cut that they've been already building Shayna Baszler and Becky Lynch as a possible WrestleMania match. I think they're still going to go with that. This one to me is one of the least, exciting matches heading into the Elimination Chamber event, because it seems like the writing has already been written on the wall for several weeks now. So Shayna Baszler is my pick to win this match and then go on and have a title shot against Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. So there you have it. Those are my 6 predictions for the 6 official matches listed so far for Elimination Chamber. I do need to upgrade or update rather my prediction rate, and I promise that I will do this prior to our WrestleMania event coming in April. I'll make sure everything's caught up so we can see how my 3rd season of my podcast, how I fared in my predictions compared to my first 2 seasons, to give me and find out what my overall prediction rate will be. So that's it. I guess WrestleMania, everyone's eyes are on WrestleMania. We're going to get some more clues and answers as to how the WrestleMania puzzle will shape up. But hopefully tomorrow night's pay-per-view event will be a little bit more surprising than what I'm anticipating it will be. So that's it. Thanks very much for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel below if you liked what you heard. Thanks very much again, and see you next time.